Hey everybody, it's Jimmy D, and we are 1 week away from sailing away on Celebrity Reflection for the Waves Cruise 2024. I am delighted to be joining you as your cruise director and onboard concierge. You'll be able to find me in the coffee shop every morning from 8 to 10. If you have questions, got an issue, anything that needs my attention, I'll be there on board with you. But since we're about a week away, I just wanted to walk through some final kind of hints and tips and tricks to make sure that your cruise is as pleasurable as possible and make sure you get the most value out of it. So we are a week away. You should have by now downloaded the Celebrity app. It's the blue background with a big X in it, and it'll be on both the um, iStore as well as on the Google Play site, and you'll be able to operate, be able to do things on board. So that's where you need to check in for the cruise. You need to do that about 3 days, at least 3 days out, and already get your boarding time if you haven't done that. So boarding times right now are running about 2 o'clock. The ship departs at 3:30 is what they've currently got posted. So they want you on board no later than 90 minutes prior to departure because of the security process that we go through. So first thing first, if you have not already downloaded the Celebrity app, let's go ahead and do that. Log in. If you don't have the information around your booking number and you need that, send me a note, send me a text, and I'll be happy to retrieve that and send it back to you. Also, the Cruise Planners app is available to you as well. And on that, you'll be able to look into your account, see what's going on with that, as well as book shore excursions for the upcoming trip. Lots of those available from both the ship as well as from Cruise Planners. The difference is you'll probably see slightly smaller groups on the Cruise Planners, and then also maybe a slightly lower price. One thing I want to point out to you is that you're going to probably be receiving some of these in the mail this week or on UPS. This is a acrylic baggage tag that's designed to keep the paper tags from coming off when you give your bag to the porters at the port. And you just take this little knob right here, this little connection, unscrew it, take this wire and wrap it around the permanent handle on your bag, not the one that goes up and down, the permanent handle on the bag, and that'll protect the bag from getting lost when it's in the myriad of bags that are going on to the ship. And when you get to the port on Sunday, first thing you'll see are the porters out at the unloading station, and they will take your bags, and you should have the tag on them by then, and they will get them all the way to your room. So you can go on board, start enjoying yourself, and feel assured that your bag will arrive. It might be late, so a couple of notes about that in just a minute. But that's a really great way to just kind of take the hassle out of getting on the ship and getting off the ship. So a couple of things about checking your bag. One, any medications that you need, take them with you on board yourself. Don't leave them in your bag because in the worst case, the bag disappears, you won't have your medication. Second, anything that's of high value, take it on board with you and you'll go through the normal security process. And third, we're going to have a white night event at 5 o'clock on the embarkation day. So to make sure that you have white and not purple, you might want to take that on board with you in a carry-on bag or even wear it. That white night party is going to start at 5 p.m. and it's going to run through 6 o'clock dinner hour. So if you've got 6 o'clock dinner, you can just kind of peel off whenever you like. But we're going to be in the Sky Lounge in the very front of the ship up on deck 14. And there'll be beverages and a lot of people around for you to mix and mingle with. Okay. If you haven't already made your dinner reservations, you can do so off the Celebrity app. And if you want to do specialty dining, that's the upcharge dining that they have on board for, a particular special kind of meal. Might be Mexican, might be Asian, it might be a steakhouse or sushi on 5. That's a good one. But you can do all of that through the app itself as well. And then also, they'll tell you what's available. And then when your dining time is, if you don't already know that, and then what restaurant that your main dining will be throughout the week. That doesn't mean you got to go to the main dining room every night and have dinner. You can go to the buffet. You can go to one of a myriad of restaurants that are available on the ship. But you'll always have a reserved table at the main dining room every evening for dinner. If you're driving to the port, or if you're trying to tell Uber how to get to the port from the airport or your hotel, just tell them Port Everglades. Everybody down there knows where it is. It's a large port. And then we'll be at Terminal 25, I believe, this week. So you'll go to Port Everglades, Terminal 25, and it's Celebrity Reflection. As you pull into the port, there's lots of signs that tell you which ship is at which port, and typically we'll be at Port 25. So that won't be a problem. We talked a little bit about the White Night, and to my knowledge, there aren't any other theme nights on this particular trip. So come in your favorite resort wear and enjoy yourself. One caveat, when you go to the dining room at night, they ask no shorts, no holy jeans, none of that kind of stuff. They do want it to be a little higher standard in the evening. That doesn't mean tuxedo. That just means a nice polo for guys and a pair of slacks, a nice sundress for ladies, or pants or whatever that might be. When you get into your stateroom, they're about 200 square feet, so they're not real big, but they've got a bathroom, they've got a little sitting area, and they've got the bedroom. One thing they don't have a lot of are places to plug in items. So if you're going to plug in a computer and a cell phone and a watch and an iPad, you're going to need something to do that with. Now, there'll be a couple of 120 volt outlets in there, but if you've got two people, obviously they're going to go away pretty quickly. So I carry a little power tower with me, and you can buy these at Amazon or Best Buy or probably even Walmart. But it's about 6 inches tall. It's got 4 USB plugs on one side, and it's got 210 volt outlets as well. So you can take those 4 USBs, plug your watch, your iPad, your phone all into that, and that'll only take up one outlet in the cabin in the stateroom. So there'll be one more left. So there is a scarcity of outlets on the ship. You'll find a hair dryer on the ship when you come, so you don't need to bring one. It'll be in the stateroom. So ladies, if you carry one around with you everywhere, no need to do it on this. We talked about device chargers, and then I want to tell you that if you love cruising, if you like cruising on Celebrity Cruise Lines, our conference is going to be located on deck 4, right next to the Cruise Next desk. Now, the Cruise Next desk is where you can go put in a deposit for your next cruise. You don't have to name the date. You don't have to name the ship. But you have up to 6 months to do that. It's like $100 a person that you put down. And then you get whatever the deal is that you get when you book, you also get incremental onboard credit. So that's a pretty good deal if you think you want to sail on Celebrity again. And I think it's always the best deal because you get whatever's the best price in the market, plus you get the onboard credit. Those things marry together. And then about passports and birth certificates. This is what we call a closed-in sailing. So we're starting in the United States and we're ending in the United States. So that means that you don't have to have a passport. You can have a birth certificate, a certified birth certificate, and then also your driver's license or a photo government ID. And that'll be plenty to get you on the ship and then off the ship. However, you got to have one or the other. You either got to have a passport or you got to have a birth certificate. You can't have both. But if you get to the port and suddenly realize that you have not got either one of them with you, we need to make sure there's someone at home that can fax you a copy of it or send you a photo of it really quickly. So before you leave this week, before you leave home, make sure that that passport is packed along with your other goodies. Keep that in your carry-on baggage as you go on board the ship because you'll need it for the check-in process. Okay, so that's kind of my little last minute figure out, make sure we got everything together before you get on the ship. One other thing, there's a lot of talk about changing currency to go from the US dollar to the peso to whatever it might be. Don't worry about it. Everywhere we're going will readily accept the US dollar. And as a matter of fact, you'll see things priced in US dollars because so many Americans go to these places. So don't go the hassle of getting currency exchanges. It's just going to cost you money and there's no need in it. If you want to take your credit card and use it at these other islands in the country that we stop in, you know, you might just want to make sure that when you pay for something, ask them to charge you in US dollars. And that way you don't pay a conversion fee to your credit card processor along with the price that they charge you for using it. So just one little note there. I will be available all week. My number is 770-253-3206. Happy to help you with any other questions that you might have. I'll be in town in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday evening. I'll be on the ship pretty early helping with the setup of the conference. So if you need me while you're there, reach out, send me a text, or send me an email, either way. But I just want you to have a great time on board, and I'll be there hopefully having a great time with you. It's Jimmy D saying, come back to see you with Jimmy D. I'm glad you are. I'll see you next weekend.